Daryl Peach, Mario He, Ralph Souquet, Tony Drago, Joshua Filler. Ladies and gentlemen, those are names that are not in the round of the last 32 players here at the Dynamic Billard Dutch Open in the Golden Tulip Jagershorst Hotel in Leende, the Netherlands. They have fallen in the losers qualification round and could not make it, and if you see these names, there are former world champions among them, top players, European players that could easily have won this event, and you see how strong the competition is here. I have some results for you from the losers qualification round and from the round of the last 32 players. In the losers qualification round, Francisco Sanchez Ruiz from Spain ousted Mario He from Austria clearly with 9-5. And then we had the match between Petri Makkonen from Finland and Daryl Peach from Great Britain. And at a score of 8-8, you can see that Daryl Peach twice missed a very important shot here. It was, I don't know if it was his nerves or whatsoever. He just couldn't finish the match and allowed Makkonen to take the 9-8 victory that brought him into the round of the last 32 players. Also in the losers qualification round, we had the match between Johnny Fulcher and Ralph Souquet, and here we have Johnny Fulcher being up 8-7 with 3 balls on the table. Now look what he's doing. He is giving himself a tough shot on the 9 ball, and not so tough, but I mean it could have been much easier, and he misses the 9 ball against Ralph Souquet, that is. He allows an 8-8 to come, and then at 8-8 Ralph Souquet plays all the way through, and he lines up the 8 ball in the side pocket. Normally not a tough shot for Ralph, but he misses the 8 ball as well and cannot finish the match. And then Johnny Fulcher gets to the table and finishes the match and wins 9-8 over Ralph Souquet. The reason why I'm showing you these mistakes, if you want to see, by players like Daryl Peach or Ralph Souquet is that it shows that everybody can have a good day or a bad day. You have top players that for whatever reason, if it's personal reasons, if it's the pressure, if it's just not the good condition, whatever, everybody can make mistakes that look rather easy. Still in the losers qualification round, we had the match between Joao Grillo, unheralded player from Portugal, and Nikos Ekonomopoulos, Mosconi Cup team member from Greece, and that match went 9-6 in favor of Grillo. Piotr Kutlik from Poland, he won 9-8 over the Tornado, Tony Drago from Malta, and sent the Tornado home. And then we had the match between the 2 German young guns, Can Salim Ghiazar and Joshua Filler, with Joshua Filler being the favored player. However, he was having a lead all through the match, but then Salim Ghiazar overtook him and managed to win the match with 9-7. And in the round of the last 32 players, single elimination, we had the match between number 1 player Niels Feijen from the Netherlands and Petri Makkonen from Finland. And this is what happened when the score was 8-7 in favor of Feijen. And at 8-8, Makkonen found himself in this snookered position. Feijen played him a snooker, and he was happy if he would have hit the 2 ball. He couldn't really do something with it, so he tried to go for it rail first. He didn't hit it, and he played a foul and allowed Feijen to the table with ball in hand. But there was a big problem for Feijen. The 5 and the 6 ball, the way they were there, were not possible to be pocketed. So he had to open them up, and he chose to open them with the very first shot. He had ball in hand on the 2 ball. He played the 2 ball along the rail, opened up the 6 and the 5, and as we can see from the overhead perspective, it was just enough for him there. So he was in position for the 3 ball very well. Got on the 4 ball and pocketed the 4 ball nicely. Now the 5 and the 6 were not much of a challenge for the Terminator, and he went for the 5 first, of course, Had it nicely done. Now the position from the 6 to the 7. That was the biggest challenge here. He had to come in a very good angle on the 7 balls, so he had to play good speed on the 6. And he chose exactly the right speed for the 6 ball. Got in a good angle on the 7. I think this is exactly the one that he wanted. So he could push the 9 ball a little bit out of the way for the 8. The 8 was now open in the same pocket. And Niels played a stop shot. The 8 passed the 9. And that opened the way for the 9 and the match for Niels Feijen. Okay, Niels, you just defeated Petri Makkonen and got to the last 16 of the Euro Tour. That was a pretty special victory because it brought you a spot in the Mosconi Cup team, is that right?
That is right.
So, you must be happy about that.
Yeah, I'm relieved. I mean, to be honest, I think it's a nightmare to play like this, because you don't really want to play for the points and to qualify. If I go to Euro Tour, I want to go and play to win the tournament and not play like, oh, I got to get to the last 16, or if this guy loses and that. So I wasn't really focused on it at all, but I had to tell the story about 6, 7, 8 times before the tournament to friends and stuff, so it started to live up a little bit, you know, and then people start showing up when the match gets close. So to be honest, I hate it, but that's part of the job, so I'm very relieved that I won this match, and it's freaking amazing that we had to play each other in the last 32. So it was, if I win this match, it's over anyway. So, nice.
I think you're the only one that won 2 Eurostops this year in St. Johann, that was, and in Treviso. And I remember that when you won the other Euro Tour stops, you had very clear results, like 9-1, 9-2, 9-3 all over the tournament, or maybe one or other tough match. Now this tournament, the last round you had Portunski, it was 9-7. Now Makkonen was 9-7. Do you think the others are closing in?
Of course, the answer level in Europe is extremely high at the moment, and I think the evidence for that is if you look back like 10 years ago and you had to qualify from the winners round, right? I think there was like a 70% chance that you got a weaker player in the last 32, and now I think that, like, if you look at the last tournaments, the whole field's been equal, so you don't even have to look anymore in the losers bracket. You know you're guaranteed to get one of a good player. It doesn't even matter anymore. So also if you get to the loser side before, like, maybe your qualifier round, it means you got to play at least 3 great players to even qualify. So it's only getting tougher, and I don't think, I mean, the scores don't really matter that much. It means if I'm playing maybe my A game, but if I'm winning 9-7 or 9-1, if I'm winning, I'm winning. So just keep the train rolling, and hopefully I can catch a little better gear tomorrow even, and see if we can take it home.
Also in the round of the last 32 players, we had the rematch of the tournament, I would say. If you remember Nick Vandenberg, he has been leading 8-3 over Fedor Gorst in the first winners round, and then he lost 9-8 to the young 15-year-old Russian player from Moscow. And guess what? Today, Vandenberg was drawn against Gorst again. And at being 8-3 up, Vandenberg also again committed a mistake. So after that he took time out, and leading 8-4, this is what happened at the table. It was Gorst's break, and trailing 4-8 to Nick Vandenberg, and he had ball down and he was able to continue, but he missed the first shot. Look at that. That 2-ball was definitely makeable, and he played it on the corner of the corner pocket, and he couldn't make it, leaving 8 open balls for Nick Vandenberg on the table. And Vandenberg had just taken a timeout. He didn't want to have the same problem again that he had in the winners round 1 with Fedor Gorst. So he was really concentrated what he was doing now. But he didn't allow himself to play any more mistakes here. We can see he's got 4 balls left from the 6 to the 9, all nicely spread. And his positions were very straight and very clear. And he lined the shots up the way he needed them. Now he's on the 8. He's going to play the 8 in the lower right corner pocket, and playing it with very much self-esteem. Now lines up the 9, and by sinking the 9, he's eliminating Fedor Gorst from the tournament. Nick, congratulations on your win against Fedor Gorst. When you saw that you were drawn against him, what did you think? Were you looking forward to it? Were you
Yes.
scared or?
I thought yes, revanche. And yeah, I made a good revanche. 9-4.
Did you think about the match in the first round a lot, or did you just win?
No, I didn't think about it. I was up 8-3 again, and the audience was like, "Oh, again!" And then I made a mistake on 8-3, and he ran out from there. It was 8-4. I thought, okay, just take a time out and concentrate on your own game, and that's what I did. And I won 9-4. But yeah, it was quite funny. And then I saw you filming on 8-4. I was like, is he gonna film till 8-8, or am I just gonna run out here? But yeah, it was funny.
There are still 8 more matches of the round of the last 32 players going on tonight, and the results can be viewed online. Either if you want to watch them live, check in on kazoom.com and get a premium membership, or check the results on eurotouronline.com. That's the coverage that concludes the coverage for today from Leende, and I will be back tomorrow with single elimination action from the Dynamic Billard Dutch Open. Until then, I wish you a good night. Bye-bye.